Guys.
And we just finished the movie up on Netflix. What was it called? I can't remember.
Wait, was it called The Little Brother?
Yeah, Little Brother.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's number one on Netflix far as movies. It came out yesterday, I think, and it was pretty funny because Christy and I was like, let's just check it out, and it was funny. So if you want a good, and it wasn't a super long movie, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. So if you want to have a good laugh and you like comedies, and if you have Netflix, definitely check out Little Brother.
Yes.
It was really really funny. And if y'all hear any noise, that's Gizmo and little Minnie Mouse in the background, where we're pet sitting a little Minnie Mouse who's a Chihuahua and Yorkie mix. She's too cute. And today, um, Gizmo celebrated his 7th birthday.
Happy birthday, Gizzy.
Yes, so he turned 7, our little baby. Hard to believe. It seems like just yesterday he was a puppy, but yeah, he had his birthday, and yeah. So I guess we'll get started. There's nobody in the live right now, but if they, care to check out the playback, but we'll get started now. We're talking about the rise of incel culture, just it's getting out of control online and in person outside of online.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that. So what did you want to add, Christy?
Well, I guess I wanted to start. I mean, like, because we had to look some of this stuff up too. Like, we see like the term incel a lot, and we're like, what is that? And then also we've been seeing a lot of instances of, particularly men out in public, um, that are excreting certain bodily fluids onto people out in public,
Yeah.
which is alarming. But so like with an incel, the definition, this is just a quick thing I looked up. It says it refers to a member of online subculture or primarily heterosexual men who cannot find romantic or sexual partners despite desiring them. The subculture is frequently associated with deep seated misogyny, entitlement, and violent extremism.
And that's why, just from hearing you read the definition of that,
Yes.
that's why they can't find nobody.
It's a lot of different things. I
Yeah.
mean, with for one, and I mean, I would just say as far as with a lot of instances of these things happening, there's a lot of reasons. The most recent, there was a story recently that I had heard about, and it was very, very disturbing. Like, and I don't know how long ago it was, but this woman, she was in a Target store in the children's shoe department with her son, fitting him for shoes that he needed for like a school event or something. But while she's in the midst of helping her son, getting him situated, this man she knows nothing about or whatever, he's behind her and he is stimulating himself and proceeds to excrete said baby batter on her back. Not making light or funny jokes about it, but I mean, it's just like, this is crazy. Like, this is out in public, and this man just went off shooting his gun everywhere on this woman's back
And
while
then he
she's
just
busy with her kid, helping them.
and he just walked off, and no, and other people in the store saw it and didn't help.
Well, the thing is when it happened, she's screaming because she realized, what had happened. She didn't want to alarm her son, but she's
Right.
like, "Help! Help!" The employees in Target, and I don't know where this was or what state, but the employees in Target, they didn't respond. It was, shoppers, bystanders who intervened for this woman. A man that actually, saw the suspect. He saw him as he was exiting the store, and he kind of stopped him and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He was like, I don't know what you're talking about." And he walked past him, and the man who intervened, he calls the cops. He's the one who did it, not the store, a bystander. And he reports what happened. He explained the circumstances, and then they speak to the victim. And after that, police come out, they speak to her further, and then they also speak to him. And I guess they, of course, reviewed like security cameras and things like that, because that would have more details. But it's just very sad to me, like what this, like, just society as a whole has come to,
Mm-hmm.
like with situations of people, like any kind of like violence that's happening towards them, like nobody is like, like people are not responding to help in those situations. Like everything is just like, I don't know, everyone is just wants to observe, or they want to capture it
Right.
and post it to social media, but nobody wants to actually intervene and stop what's happening.
That's disgusting. And
Yeah.
and and there was other cases too, like because I remember that one the guy did that shoot at his baby batter on some woman's leg, and she was
Yeah, that was a
screaming
Dollar Tree,
at a Dollar
and that
Tree.
was in Philly. That
And
one.
then it was some other instances as well. Uh, our brother told us some guy did it to some woman, the back in her hair. It got
Yeah.
in her. I mean, that's just
And then there was I think it was like the guy. He thankfully bodily fluids weren't exchanged or distributed,
yeah.
quotation marks, but he was sitting there smelling this woman's behind in
Yeah,
the
at
store.
the Barnes and Noble, and then because she was just reading, browsing some books, and he kept acting like he was tying his shoe, and then he's like getting closer, and she had on, I think she had on like a dress or a skirt or
Yeah,
something, but yeah, he was acting like he was bending down tying his shoe, but he really was getting closer and trying to get a whiff of her butt.
yeah,
I'm just like, this is insane. And then he got in trouble for it. I think he got locked up and then he got released from jail and they caught him again doing the same thing, I
yeah.
think. I was just like, this is crazy. It makes you not want to go out because it's just
No,
like,
it doesn't. And it's like, and I'm sorry, but there's a lot of things like just in society that have contributed to it.
yeah,
I mean, like just in general, like with entertainment,
yeah,
social media, any images or anything that you're exposed to, advertisements, everything is just overly smexed.
it is.
It's overly smexed, and it's too much, and it's desensitizing people to it, and unfortunately, and then when you couple that with a lot of people that are socially awkward,
Yeah.
that maybe want to put themselves out there to possibly find a romantic partner, significant other, but they don't have the capacity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
You get these instances of people, they don't, know how to socialize and maybe just respectfully go up to a person and tell them that they find them attractive,
Right.
rather than, shooting their guns off and like target practice in stores, or just thinking that people's behinds are like a scratch and sniff coloring book or something. So it becomes like this, I don't know, it's like I don't know, maybe like a surreal experience. They're just observing things, but they just, like I said, they don't have the capacity to speak to people, to
I
socialize with
think
them, to
it's just
communicate.
hello, Christian Karai.
Hi,
I think
Christian.
it's I think it's just some of it, maybe stems from like them being younger, like in middle high school, being teased by girls,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they always say.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, I was teased, because they might be nerdy and things like that. But I mean, it's somebody out there for everybody,
And there's nothing wrong with
right?
that being nerdy.
Right.
But
But they locked them like they were teased so much by, I guess they would say, by women a lot, and then they like just stay mostly in their room, and then it's like they're constantly looking at corn and shoot, like you were saying, like social media, pretty much a lot of it on there looks like soft core corn.
yeah, and I mean, and you don't even really have to look for it.
Right, it's
It's
just
just
stay
there,
there.
it's blatant in your faces. And then you have the OF,
Right.
and it's just, and I mean, I'm like this. If that's what you want to do, ladies, and because there's men on there to do it too, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that's your business. But it's like, at the same time, when you have all of those things, um, especially like with like just like the regular social media like IG, and you're not even like on there trying to find it, and it's just
Yeah.
there plastered everywhere. Um, I'm sorry, but it's just like one is the person that's engaging in that kind of content. You're dehumanizing yourself as a
Yeah.
person, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you doing that kind of content, it also causes people that consume it to generalize people of that gender that they're looking or observing.
Right.
So then when they see them out in public, they don't see them as a human. They just see them as an object, a
Right.
means to an end. And then here we go with crumbled up tissues filled with said baby batter and all kinds of things, questionable materials and things that people are doing or excreting out
Right.
of their bodies.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just, people have free will. They're going to do what they want to do, but it's dangerous in producing that kind of content, and especially if you're not safeguarding your identity, your location, and that of your family members, because you're putting other people at risk too.
Yeah, because there's been several stories of OF models that have gotten stalked, some unalived,
Mm-hmm.
by obsessed fans,
Yeah,
and they found out where they lived, and they unalived them, unfortunately. So you have to be careful. I mean, if you choose to create that type of content, okay, but like Christy is saying, you got to be careful of because some people, they'll post and it's like, okay, I know where that's at. Like, people can use Google Maps
mm-hmm.
and just all types of things. Sometimes they're taking pictures in like their work outfit. People are, oh, they work at this place. So it's just like, you just got to be careful. Some people overshare.
And it's just, with the internet, it's forever as soon, once it's posted.
Right.
And, like Kendra said, that regardless, anything and everything that you track, I mean, you post or you search, it can be tracked.
Yeah.
Like instances of like, forensic, the police, they can look at your cookies and
Yeah, the
everything
IP
else.
address and all that.
Yeah. And, and other people, just regular everyday people can do the same thing.
Yep.
So you really have to be vigilant. You have to be careful of what you're posting out here on the internet and not oversharing. And that's another thing too. It's just that people in general, like online, I think they overshare
They do.
way too much. And it's like you give a lot of people a glimpse into your personal life, and then once you've opened that door, you kind of set yourself up for that person to feel like they can be familiar with you and that they are entitled to being accessible to you, or you being accessible to them, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you gotta be careful, because some of these people, they become obsessive,
Yeah, they got problems.
and they ain't got nothing but time.
And just going back to, what Chrissy was originally saying, it's just, that's where you get this, like, people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that you're seeing, like Chrissy was saying, and the media is creating this incel type of behavior, because even with YouTube, yes, YouTube, I've been seeing a lot of inappropriate like shorts just popping up, and I'm not even looking for it.
Yeah.
With some men, but mostly I've been seeing women doing some sexual suggesting things, and I'm just like, this is too much. Like, I don't even know how it gets past YouTube, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it's like, now they have code words and things that you can't say,
Right.
okay, but here it is, people are creating visuals
Yes.
and simulating certain acts on camera.
Smex acts, and some of them are walking around in their underwear, and just, it's inappropriate. I
I'm
don't.
just like, why? What does this got to do with anything? Like, what is the purpose of
Is
this?
that, but getting people hot and bothered, and then when you look at the comments, you'll be seeing, oh yeah, they be saying some wild stuff on there. I'm like, you getting them hot and bothered.
And some of these people, they don't have anybody that is in their vicinity to talk to. They don't have a significant other if they,
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? If they want to engage in that kind of thing. So what do? They go out in public and they desecrate people. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm serious, and I'm not even trying to be funny, because it's
It
disturbing.
is disturbing.
But it's just like you sit there and you read these stories, and you're like, what in the world would have
Yeah.
possessed that man to go and do that? It's crazy. And with that, some of these people you don't know what they got.
It was yes.
Any kind of illness or disease.
Yep.
It's pretty scary out here.
Yeah, it is. And it's just like with these like the whole incel behavior, I feel bad for some of them that like really do want to find people, but they don't put themselves out there to like actually touch grass and to actually talk to a lady. I just they got to have some confidence. It's just
But it's like there's a lot of things,
it's a lot of things. Yeah.
and then society in general, like everything has become so automated.
Mhm.
Like with like any kind of like well, social media. I mean, you can
Yeah.
communicate with people, but it's like a chat room.
Right.
If you go out into a store and you're placing an order, you don't talk to the person, you put it in on a kiosk.
Right.
Social media allows us to maybe it allows interaction, but it's an artificial form of
Right.
interaction. It's not the same.
Organic. It's not organic anymore. Like
Organic.
organic. It's not because we're like us millennials. We're a very interesting generation because we grew up where you did talk to people, right? And we didn't have like social media, Instagram, and all that stuff. And then we later, grew up with social media. Because I mean, back then we had like chat room, like the AOL chat
Right.
rooms and stuff like that. But we still talk to people. Like we would call people on the phone and
Yeah.
like or just going out. Like if you went out with your friends or family to like a restaurant or the movie theater, you actually had to talk to a person to get the tickets or
Yeah.
to get your food and all that. It's like everything now, like you said, is like through a computer now, digital.
Yeah. So it's
So
like you don't, kind of kind of so to speak, like get like that practice
right,
to interact with multiple people and to know how to speak to people, how to conversate,
right,
how to, relate to people and things like that. Um, so it's a very like weird like dynamic.
uh huh,
Like we are connected to a certain extent, but it's almost like a like artificial, superficial type
yeah,
thing.
it is.
So
And then it's like like the texting and just yeah,
yeah,
everything is just like even just things like doing business like banking or if you
yeah,
got to go to like the doctor, just making appointments, whatever, you do it yourself through a computer. So that is very very true.
yeah. So it's like as far as just human interaction, it's very much artificial and awkward now. People just don't know how to just be.
Right. Just well, yeah, like you were saying too, artificial AI.
Yes.
Like AI is really like done taking over. It's almost scary.
Yeah,
And
because now you can date AI.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because they're saying that Gen Alpha, and I'm sure probably Gen Z, like younger Gen Z, but I know for sure they said Gen Alpha, they don't want to date actual people. They want to date AI, which is like you were saying, it's a lot of apps and stuff you can download where you can
Yeah.
have an AI boyfriend, an AI girlfriend, and it's just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that they openly advertise that kind of
all the
stuff,
time.
you know, rather than maybe advertising like I don't know, like I mean, like they have, like, of course, like the dating sites and things like that,
But
but
that's kind of like artificial
it
too.
is, it is. But it's like, but what they're pushing more now
Is
is
AI.
the AI dating thing, and it's like,
Yeah,
what in the world?
it's scary.
It is. So it's just, I don't know, like as far as like humanity is involved, it's like, wow. I mean, at some point, I mean, people probably won't even like their significant others are going to be robots.
Well, it is. Some people have, like I know in Japan, there's stories with some people marrying like a video, like the video game console was a character that they like, robots,
Yeah,
dolls. I've actually seen that, but you'll probably see more and more of it though, which is
yeah,
very very disturbing.
and probably more instances of these kind of things happening too, with people basically being assaulted,
Mm-hmm.
publicly. I mean, we were kind of like joking about it, but it's not funny
It's
for real.
not. We don't mean to
You know,
joke about it, but it is very disturbing because it's like you going out to run some errands, grocery shop, whatever, and some weirdo just, shoots baby batter on you. That's disturbing.
Yeah, and I mean, and if these people, for one, are not caught or they don't get the help that they need because they
They'll do
obviously
even
need help,
worse.
yeah, it's going to escalate to other crimes that are going to be, more violent.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't have anything else to comment. Did you have anything else you want to say, Kendra?
I don't think so either, but I'll just say this to anyone that happens to come across this live stream to playback. Like, if you are like wanting a significant other, just practice with your confidence. Like, practice. Like, I know I'm trying to it works. Like the Sims, there was like an option your Sim could do to boost their confidence. I'm serious. Like you would go to the mirror and make them like practice like a speech in the mirror to boost their confidence. But like practice in the mirror. Um, if maybe start small too, like volunteer somewhere,
Yeah.
like just whatever your interest is, like if you like animals or something, volunteer like at an animal shelter. I know PetSmart and Petco you can volunteer. um just whatever, and there's so many volunteer opportunities. Look it up. That's the beauty of the internet. Everyone has a smartphone. Look it up. Volunteer, get out there, volunteer in person. You can meet different people. That'll help with your socialization.
Yeah.
And you might meet a nice somebody, special somebody there. You just never know.
Yeah, because I mean, if you don't put yourself out there,
Right.
you have no idea what the outcome is. And you
Right.
can't just, from maybe whatever kind of like past traumas,
Right.
like assume that that's how everything is always going to go.
Right.
And, at the same time, if that's all that you think how every interaction will be,
Right.
you will bring it to fruition.
Right. And I mean, like you were saying too, like, some of them, they may put themselves out there and they may talk to a lady, she may turn them down, and it's like everyone gets rejected. So
Yeah.
don't let that discourage you and like hurt your confidence because you got rejected,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
nothing.
Rejection is a part of, just being a human.
Right.
Um, you accept that and you just move on and
Mm-hmm.
you go out there and you put yourself out there again
Right.
and you talk to another person.
Right.
Um, that next interaction may not even be like that. It may be like that might just be your person,
Right. You never
but you
know.
don't know.
And just like a certain events, I know we say volunteer, but like wherever you live, like Eventbrite. There's another thing, I think it's called allevents.com or something. Like just Google events that you may be interested in. And if you have the time off, you're available, go to them, and,
Yeah.
mingle and, talk to people. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So, I think we will end the live. But thank you, everyone who tuned in. And until next time, bye.